Morning. So I thought today I'd make a little film about some of the preparations we're making, because we're going to be getting our puppy Juniper just in a few days' time, and we have a cat called Weasley. He's about 11 or 12. Must be about 12 now, and he's lived with dogs before, but he's a little bit of a nervous cat, and either way, it's a big change having a new puppy in the house, and so we've made some preparations to help make it as smooth for him as we possibly can. And so I thought you might find it interesting just to see some of the things that we've been thinking about to help Weasley cope with this newcomer who's going to be tearing up the house, no doubt. So one of the first things we've done, which we actually did a couple of weeks ago, so these changes have been in place for some time, because we want the only big alteration to be when we go and get Juniper is that she physically will come into the house and he'll already be used to all the other paraphernalia and alterations that we've made. And so one of the things we've done is put a stair gate here. Please excuse the state of the house. So this stair gate goes across the back door. So there's his cat flap and here's the stair gate. And we also got our shoe rack there, so that's an additional benefit. And so the reason why we've put the gate in there is that so when he comes in and out the cat flap, he won't be ambushed by a waiting puppy. And an additional benefit is that it keeps the shoes away from her, and also when we come in through the door, we can wait for a sit or feet on the floor before we come all the way into the house that might have her jumping up. But from Weezy's point of view, we've got this gate here, but he's not the most athletic cat, and so we've made a little hole for him here so that he can get through. Initially, Juniper might be able to squeeze her way through that, but it won't be long until she's too big, so I'm hoping that will help. And when we were getting Weasley used to this gate, we left it ajar. So we had it a little bit open, and I just put, actually got a wooden elephant that's about that height, and I put that in the gap. So he got used to jumping to have to get past it, and then when we closed it, actually, he found going through that hole no problem at all. So that's one thing that we've done. We've also had Juniper's crate. So we're going to have this as her room. It's a bit of a little utility space. And this is going to be where she stays, hopefully overnight and things eventually. And so we've had her crate up for some time, just again, so it's just a normal part of the house. So it's not too alarming for him. Cats really like to feel secure in their environment and are really sensitive to new smells and new objects, and so having that been here for a while, that won't be upsetting for him. We've also got this. So I took a tea towel to the breeder and she was stroking Juniper with it and things like that to get her smell on it, and so then we've been putting this down and giving Weasley some of his favourite treats just to help associate positive things with Juniper's smell, so that might go a little way to help, and vice versa. We took a tea towel that us as a family have all held and had in our beds overnight, and we took that to the breeder for Juniper so she could get used to our smell. But that's another thing. Other changes that we've made or will be making, I've got a Fellaway diffuser here. And so I'm going to be plugging that in today upstairs. Some of the evidence for Fellaway isn't the strongest. It's a pheromone which is produced by cats from their glands on their cheeks, and it makes them feel more secure in an environment. And so there's some evidence to show that it helps, and also some recent evidence, particularly regarding mixing dogs with cats, which shows that pheromones can help. So we're going to be doing that. I don't think it can do any harm. So we'll plug that in. The other thing that we've done is put a gate at the bottom of the stairs. And again, this has been here for a little while. Now, I was worried that Weasley might struggle to get over it, and so I have created a ramp, which typically he hasn't used once, I don't think. He's just been jumping over it, but this is my ramp. Here, so you can see, he can, sorry, my camera works not very good, get on there. I just thought it might help him getting over it. Oh, and here he is himself. Okay, and then the other changes that we've made, I'll just go up here, is that eventually the puppy won't be allowed upstairs, at least initially, and so we thought that Weasley might be able to have an access outside through our bathroom window, and so I've been making treat trails to encourage him to use that as a way out. And finally, we've been making sure that he's got all the resources that he needs upstairs. So cats are really reliant on having access to things that they want when they want to feel happy and safe. And so we're going to have an additional food bowl up here. So he's got a puzzle tray here, and then also a food bowl there. So I'm going to leave his food bowl downstairs where it normally is, but have an extra one up here, so he doesn't feel that he's lost anything downstairs. But if he wants to use the food bowl up here to avoid the puppy, he can. He's also got his water fountain here, and his litter tray is just in an adjoining room. And so that way he's got food, he's got his water, he's got a way outside, he's got his litter tray, all upstairs without having to see the cat. But then he's also got safe spaces downstairs, and he's had those for some time. And so hopefully that way, excuse the children in the background, hopefully in that way that transition will be as smooth as we can, and hopefully they'll be best buddies eventually, or if not, at least they'll both be happy with each other. Okay.